right, ladies and gentlemen, we are working on doing this map activity for Japan, Unit 5, Cities and Urban Land Use. So the first thing you want to do is look and see what kind of maps you have here. You have some land utilization maps over here. And you got to zoom in a little bit to really be able to read everything. But it basically tells you kind of what they're using the land for. You know, they have double cropping, rice paddies and wheat, single cropping, paddy rice, single cropping, wheat, barley, and oats, and then forest, dominated with some pasture and wasteland. Over here, you have the population density map. So you can see, like, you go from this light color, white, up through yellow to red to like dark red to black. So this shows you the population density around the country. These are not the only two maps, though. We actually have another one down here. So this one just gives you, some of the main cities. It tells you the islands of Japan. So Hokkaido, Honshu, Kyushu, and Shikoku. And then you have this one here is giving you forest, urban, cropland, grassland, and water. This is 1972, 1987, 2001, and 2011. So it kind of shows, like, urban. You can see it kind of getting bigger each year. And so these are the maps that you're going to be using in order to answer the questions. This one's a little different. Like, this one actually has an article that you will need to use as well. So it is a little different than some of the other ones that we've done, but shouldn't be too hard. All right, so the first question is, what are the names of the 4 Japanese islands? I mentioned those earlier. It's here in this third map. It's kind of hard to tell, so I'm actually going to give you this one because it is a little difficult. It's Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, and Kyushu. So these here that don't have like dots to show that it's like a city, those are the names of the islands. 3 countries and 3 bodies of water. So you're going to use this same map. It's right here. All you got to do is name 3 of them for each. I'm not going to really kind of focus on that. It's really simple. Where are the most densely populated areas of Japan with over 1,000 people per kilometer? So we're going to have to come down to, this one here. So if you zoom in, we're looking for the areas that are in black, right? So that is what we're looking for. So you can see, like, you're actually probably going to have to use 2 different maps. You're going to have to use like this map to see where the area is, and then this map to give you an idea of what it's nearby, right? So you can see, like, if you zoom in, there's a few areas of like pretty large sections of black right around here, here, and then down right on the edge of this. So you'll need to go and match those with areas around here to figure out what cities or what things are nearby that match with that large population density. How are people able to maintain a balance between urbanization and providing food for the growing population, as discussed in the article? Why is this important? How might other countries and cities use this Japanese example? All right, so this one, it specifically tells you have to use the article. All right, so this is not going to be answered based on these maps. You're going to need to use the article. What do you notice about the croplands and forest around Tokyo between 1972 and 2011? So this is the map of land use around Tokyo. So these are around Tokyo. So it's looking at croplands and forests. So cropland is the yellow, and forest is kind of like the darker green. So come here and look at this beginning map. You can see that, like, you have some urbanization near the water here, but it's pretty contained. And then you have like a lot of yellow, right? Like a lot of yellow. And then you have like a pretty good bit of forested area here, and then you have some through here, although not as concentrated as on the left. In 1987, you start to see that over here, you're getting more yellow in this area than green now. The red is starting to spread out a little bit more, but your yellow is still pretty strong in this area. So your croplands are still pretty prevalent. As you go down to 2001, you see that this area again has less green and it's more yellow. So this area seems to be being converted from forest into croplands. Your forests over here on the left seem to be doing pretty good. Like it doesn't seem to be intruding too much into it. So it looks like they're just moving to this area to the right here. And then your final one, you have a lot more red now. The yellow is not quite as strong. And it actually looks like they've pulled back some, or at least they haven't progressed anymore as far as turning the forest here into cropland. So that is what is going on between 1972 and 2011. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this one was pretty short. It only has 5 questions. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me or come by at the Google Meets.